Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a trying new makeup video. I was waiting for kind of some stuff to come in, so I had almost a full face here. So I'm going to be using the new Milk Makeup Stick Foundation. Also the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. These are both brand new. I also have here the Milk Flex highlighters, so I want to try those, as well as I purchased this Il Makiage Carly Bible. I purchased the nude set, lip liner and lipstick. I want to try both of these today. I have the new ColourPop Baby Got Peach palette. This is really, really pretty. This is their newest one. It launched the day I'm filming this. So I want to play with this as well as the blushes. I have 3 blushes here. I also have this Glam Glow Bright Eyes Illuminating Eye Cream. And then I have this Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. I just got this in. And I want to play with this again. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder, just to see my thoughts. So those are the main products. We're going to try to add some more in here and there. But if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. We do a ton of trying new makeup videos here. First impression follow-up is coming. Just know that. I've had so many foundations and so much stuff going on, and with the Sephora sale and everything, but the first impression follow-up is coming, so I didn't forget about it. I have a box of stuff that I'm needing to film. So I have you zoomed in. Let's start off with this Glam Glow Bright Eyes Illuminating Anti-Fatigue Eye Cream. I have to say the packaging is very cute. It's just like a little baby jar. And if you look closely at this, you can actually see the illumination. I don't know if you'll be able to detect it on camera, if we can get a focus here, but it looks like it has almost like a pinky iridescence. So I'm assuming because it has that iridescence that it could be good for under your makeup. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit. Feels nice and slick. I've been really liking the Barsali eye cream. I really like eye creams that play well under makeup. Otherwise, I just really probably won't use them. I don't know if I can see a difference right away. My under eyes are not something I'm really that worried about. I do have a blue kind of pink tint to it because I am quite fair, but I don't really, you know, freak out about dark circles and stuff. That's not a concern of mine. I have a lot of other concerns that I like to focus on, but this feels nice. It's not irritating my eye. Let me see if it has a smell. I don't think it has a smell, very light if so I don't think it's something that's gonna like burn your eyes, which that's, again, I can't mess with that. So next up I wanna go in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control Primer. This, whoa, wow, I'm so professional. This is what the packaging looks like. These primers have been staples for a lot of people. I have to say that lately there's a lot of really dewy foundations coming out, and I like the way they look on my skin, but they don't wear well, meaning that they get so oily. I really feel like nothing can beat the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear because it's like a double wear with a little bit more hydration, but I don't have to touch up. I literally can wear that for 10-12 hours and it looks great. A lot of these dewy foundations look really pretty, but 3 or 4 hours in, I'm like a grease pit on my chin. Most days, I just don't want to touch up. Maybe I'm lazy, but I just kind of want to do my day and I don't want to have to worry about having a powder to touch up. So I'm wondering if this would be a good thing to kind of use with these hydrating foundations in my T-zone, so I get the dewy effect, but I might stay more matte, especially on my chin and like right here. That's where I notice it. So we're gonna go in and try this out. So it's almost like a hybrid. It's like a gel, well, it is a gel consistency. So I'm going to use this in the center of my face. I don't smell anything except for my hands that have, I just washed them with soap. So it feels nice. It almost feels like it's smooth as well. Like it kind of smooths my pores. Does it say it does that? It says a silky matte finish, controls oil, helps makeup go on smoother. Huh, so we'll try this out, but it feels really nice. So now I want to go in with this Milk Makeup. This is their Flex Foundation. I have the shade Light here, which might work. I also have the shade Light Beige. Light Beige looks a little bit more, let me swatch these. That looks a little bit like cool. Okay, so here's what the component looks like. It's like a metal white twist up. I really like the packaging. So just so you guys can see, I'm gonna twist it all the way up and hopefully I don't lose the whole damn thing. Looks like it melted a little bit, but this is how much you get, which I think is pretty standard. I'm gonna roll this down and hopefully I didn't mess that up. I'm typically not a really huge fan of stick foundations. They're so creamy and emollient that they just slide off, they break up, but I've heard this is a little bit more of a dry formula, so I'm hoping it will stay on. So I'm gonna start and just kind of apply some like that. I'm gonna use this Flawless Foundation brush from Image Skincare. Definitely wanna use a brush with a stick foundation. So I feel like it's blending out. It's not as like creamy as other stick foundations, but I actually like that. Coverage looks like on the low end of a medium. Definitely gonna have to build this. Yeah, you can definitely see a lot coming through there, but that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm not even gonna fuss with a sponge just because I know that it's gonna take away even more coverage. I feel like it's blending fine though. I'm not like struggling, so that's nice. So this is one layer. I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer. If I don't know, I just have general redness. Let me zoom you in. It's just, to me, I can see all this redness peeking through, especially on my T-zone, which I don't like. It ends up looking a little bit kind of, I would say, patchy because my skin is very fair and I'm trying to match it to my body. So I've applied another layer. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. It definitely builds, so that's nice. So this is what the foundation looks like. I feel like it looks pretty good. Let me zoom you in. It looks nice. It has a nice kind of dew to it. It definitely feels a little bit tacky, but not a lot. So I'm interested to see how this will wear. I want to go in with the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I have the shade number 3. They sent over 2, 3, and 4, and I think this was the most yellow toned. So it has a doe foot, just kind of like a typical, I guess let me show you a close-up. The reason I don't show a lot of close-ups is because my camera, like my lens, is a bitch, and it like doesn't want to focus. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, okay, the doe foot is softer than I thought. It looked kind of stiff, but it's definitely not. So I'm just gonna apply that much. I'm gonna use my Dose of Color sponge. I actually have been enjoying this sponge. I wouldn't say like more than my Beauty Blender, but it's a nice, you know, sponge. I think it's like $16, so it's definitely a little bit cheaper, but so I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. I've heard that this has really good coverage. It's a pretty thin formula. Definitely not like super creamy like the Tarte Shape Tape or the NARS Radiant Creamy. It's pretty thin, almost like a mix. It's not as thin as like a Jeffree Star concealer, but it's not as thick as the Tarte. I feel like it looks pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like crazy full coverage though. It just looks like a kind of medium coverage. So this is what we're looking like. I feel like it looks good. I feel like I look a little bit pale just between both of them, but it looks pretty good. I don't have any complaints about it. I don't think the coverage is like wowing me. It's just kind of like a typical kind of coverage. But again, we're trying a bunch of new stuff, so we'll have to see, but so far so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with my Coty Airspun off camera, and then I wanna go in with this Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder just around the perimeters and just try it again because I kind of liked it, but I didn't really know, so we'll see about that. I set my face and did my brows. I'm looking really blanked out and pale. I'm gonna go in with this Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder in the shade Light. I think they have 2 different shades. Let me swatch it for you because I didn't do that last time, and I want to see if you can see kind of the luminescence on my actual hand. Okay, so can you see? This is what it looks like. So it definitely has an illuminating property to it. So last time I used this, I did a small brush. This time I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush and swirl it around. And I'm gonna just apply this kind of on the perimeters of my face. So I'm just gonna dust this. I actually kind of like this. And I think the key is to use just a little bit at a time and really just use a fluffy brush and dust it. This could be kind of an option, especially for oily skin or combo skin that can't do the really dewy setting spray or really like liquid highlighters. It's definitely giving me just like a healthy radiance. So before we go into the eyes, I have to put on some bronzer because I'm gonna like lose my mind just looking at my blank canvas here. This is the Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder in Dark from Jouer. I raved about this in my Sephora recommendations. I love this, I bought it myself. It is beautiful. So I'm just gonna use that same brush and I just need some warmth. Wow, I actually am shocked at how much I like the way that Cover FX powder looks. Just like gave me a little bit of a radiance, and I love this just for warming up the skin. It blends just so effortlessly, like there's no grabbing. So if you're new to bronzer or makeup, or you just want something that's really effortless, like you can't mess this up, I would recommend this Jouer powder. I kind of want to get a shade that I can use just to set my face. So now we're gonna go into the ColourPop Baby Got Peach palette. This is so cute and it's $12. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's $12. I think that's an amazing price point, and you can use the code BabsBeauty if you wanna save 10% on ColourPop. I think I'm gonna start out with this shade up here. So I think this palette is kind of more of a muted version. I know they've come out with Honey, and they've also come out with Orange You Glad, I think that's what it was called. This is the wearable muted peach version. These blend, I honestly, I cannot believe the price point on these. It's just, wow. There's a lot of expensive palettes that do not perform this well and are more boring. I just think ColourPop, I know they're releasing a lot. That's the one thing. They are releasing a lot, and I definitely get the fatigue of like, oh my gosh, there's so much. But I just think the price point and the quality and also just the colors, they are killing it. Some of the bigger brands, I'm like, okay, can we do something different, you know? It's like beating a dead horse with some of it. It's like we've seen that a million times over. So I appreciate that they're creating different stuff. Okay, that's beautiful. That's just like a light transition shade. Wow. I think I want to go in next to right up down here. It's called Ochre. Ochre. I suck at that. I should have never done that. You get to a certain age, which would be my age 31, and I embarrass myself. I'm like, please do not try to be hip with the kids. So I'm just going to kind of blend this all over. So I'm also running this on the lower lash line. I apologize for the person mowing. I literally can't get around it. It's just constant. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Half Baked to really deepen this up. I swear, between the mowing and the bulldog snoring, you know, it's just, sometimes I just want to scream. I'm just like, okay, I want to move out to the country where there's like no neighbors because it's just constant. So I'm just going to apply that, and then, wow, these are so freaking pretty. I can't believe how well these perform. Like, I'm literally just like slapping these on. These are just really easy to work with. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush to really make this just more defined. Okay, so I actually have been dying to use this. This is Golden Hour, so they have a trio of Super Shock shadows, and I really want to use this because I saw a look by a girl named, what's her name? She's on Instagram. She's so pretty. Danielle Marcan. Oh my god, she's so gorgeous. I can put like a photo up here of her, but wow. She's, first of all, she's just stunning. Like, she's one of those people that could put like anything on her face and she just looks beautiful. But she did a really like yellow gold inner corner and then kind of dragged it down here. And this would be a good shade to use. So this is what it looks like. Give you a close-up. It's just really like a really intense gold. So I'm actually gonna use my finger. Hopefully I don't mess this up. My bulldog is snoring so loud. So the color she used was a little bit more yellow, but on the inner part of my lid. So it really was like intense on the inner corner. So I'm gonna try to do that. And then if I have any fallout, I can take care of it. Okay, so she did apply a winged liner. I'm gonna do that off camera and probably apply some lashes, and then we'll start on the face. All right, so I popped on my liner and lashes. I'm wearing the Ardell Double Up. What are these? The Ardell Double Up Wispies, I believe, right? So this is what the packaging looks like. I'll link them down below. I wanna go in with blush now, and I'm really excited. I wanna use this blush from ColourPop. This is the Fresh and Peachy, which is the probably most pigmented or deepest color in their new collection. I actually love this formula, so I'm really excited to use this. I love their powder blushes, that's what I meant. This is a lot more muted than I thought, but it could be because I'm not super fair. Ooh, it's really pretty though. I'm even gonna take some around the nose area. So for highlighter, I have two highlighters here. I have the Blitzed from Milk Makeup. So this is what this one looks like. And it's more of like a pinky hue. And then I think I'm actually gonna go in with Iced because Iced is more of like a yellow tone. So these are their new Flex highlighters. They have 4 shades. I've heard that these can be glittery, but I don't mind glitter, so let's see. Pretty. It almost looks like a cream. It has a really creamy texture. And I'm not seeing a ton of glitter or really any. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of, but it's kind of unique. It's a little bit actually more subdued than I had anticipated. I mean, it's definitely, you can see it, but there's a creamy texture to it, it looks like a cream to me, like melted into the skin. Okay, so for lips, I bought this duo from Il Makiage and Carly Bible. I really love the dark lip liner with the lighter nude in the center, very 90s, and you guys, I'm sure you realize that, like watching me, I'm a lip liner fiend. I can't do my lips without lip liner. So I picked up the shade Libra, is that what it's called? Libra Dirty Talk Matte Lip Liner and Luna Lip Liner, the nude set. Because she had like a mauve one and then she had a red. So I'm gonna try this. This looks pretty dark, so I'm gonna have to get my camera, or not my camera, my mirror like right up on me because it looks pretty dark, but I'm gonna use it to shade. Okay, so the pencil I like. This looks really dark, but it looks like a Kylie or a ColourPop. It performs more like a Kylie or a Pat McGrath. It's creamy, but it's got a little bit of a tug to it, whereas like ColourPop, they slide very quickly. This seems like it has more of a tug to it, which I like. I have a little bit more control. The more that a lip liner tugs, the longer wearing it is, but I like that I have control because if I mess up my lip line, I don't like the way that it looks. I like to have a very defined Cupid's bow. I'm pretty freaking picky with lip liner. Okay, I actually really like that formula. I had heard a lot of people saying it's creamy, but it's also got a tug, and I actually like that. So I've applied it to the outside, and I'm just gonna kind of sweep it in. Seems like it's yeah, it's locked down, so it's gonna be long wearing, I can just tell. So I'm gonna go in with the lipstick. This is the shade, I don't know if it's called Dirty Talk or Libra, but it's really cute. It has like stars all around it. This is what it looks like up close. And it looks like a really cool toned nude. So I'm gonna use this in the center. Oh wow, this is 90s, honey. Okay, so I think it's a little bit like Bam for this eye. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I think I'm gonna go in with this KKW Radiate Lip Gloss. Maybe this will tone it down. Ooh, I kind of like that better. It's still a little bit dark for the eyes, but I don't know, I feel like it works somehow. All right guys, here's my finished makeup look, and I have to say this was a successful day. I'm gonna start with the primer in the Glam Glow. So I can't tell right now, obviously I have to see how this wears, but I'm hoping this is gonna be just a T-zone primer for me. I feel like my pores look pretty good. It could be a mixture of this, but I wanna see if this keeps my oils at bay, especially on my chin. I went walking, I met my dad a couple days ago, and we walked a few miles at a park, and I had the Pat McGrath on, and my chin was just, I mean, I felt like if I just wiped it, it would have just smeared right off. So I want to try this with some more dewier foundations and see if it extends just the dewiness that I get in the center of my face. The Glam Glow Bright Eyes, obviously I can't tell right now. It did work well under concealer, so that's a great thing for me, because if it's gonna like pill up or act weird under my makeup, that's not something that I'll probably reach for. Although you can use this at night. I usually use eye creams in like the daytime, so we'll see about this. The Milk Makeup Flex Foundation, it looks pretty good. I mean, I like it more than a lot of other foundations. I don't feel like, or other stick foundations, it feels like a soft, creamy, I mean, it feels like a soft matte. It feels like a stick foundation, but I can tell that it wasn't as slick or emollient as a lot. I feel like this is the most dry, but it doesn't look dry on your skin, if that makes sense. I'm gonna see how it wears, but I feel like it looks nice on the skin. I would say you have to build up the coverage as you saw me do, but I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Been seeing good things about it. I feel like it looks nice. Again, if it starts breaking up, that's when we're gonna have an issue, so I will update down below. In terms of the Benefit Boing Concealer, I like it. I don't think the coverage is anything crazy different than other concealers. I feel like it's pretty normal, kind of a medium. I'll have to play around with it a little bit more. I feel like the shade's a little bit light, as well as the foundation. I feel like I had to really bronze, so I'll keep playing around with this. I actually really like this. This is so pretty. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder in Light. The first time I used it, I just don't think I knew how to use it. I would suggest using a fluffy brush, very minimal product, and just kind of dusting it over the high points of your face. I feel like my forehead just has a really beautiful glow to it, and it's this. So I really like this. It's cool to try stuff more. You know, I tried it once and I was like, and I tried it again and now I really like it, so I'll keep using it and update soon. The Flex Concealer, I like it. I don't know if I'm like dying over it. It's more of a, it melts in. It's like a creamy texture. I didn't see the kind of glitter in this one, but when I look at like Blitzed, it looks quite glittery. They look a little bit different. So I'll have to try these out some more, but I was a little bit shocked that this just looks more of like lit from within. I feel like if you like cream highlighters, you probably would like this. It has, I don't know, it doesn't look like a powder. You don't really even have to buff it in. It just looks really creamy and like melted into the skin. Okay, absolutely love the Baby Got Peach palette. I mean, I love all of ColourPop's palettes. I just think the quality is great. The price is great. I love the packaging, but I really just like how innovative they are. This is like a wearable, but still a little bit different palette than we see from a lot of mainstream brands. Just adding, you know, this pretty glitter, or just these really kind of unique, you've got like this, I don't even know what you would call this. Like, it's like a burnt peach. Burnt muted peach. It's beautiful. The mattes are incredible. The shimmers are beautiful. So I really like this. The shade that I used on my eye was a little bit chunky, and I noticed it when I swatched it, and then comparing it to the other ones, Golden Hour, it's a little bit chunky. I'm sure you can see it on my eye, but it's beautiful nonetheless. But this is it says an ultra metallic. This one in particular is chunky. I'm not sure why. The other ones I didn't notice that with. So I like it. A little bit hard to work with, but it's pretty nonetheless. And then what else do I have to talk about? Oh, the Carly Bible I really like. I really like. It's very 90s though. I think it's a little bit too 90s for this look, but I'm not going to remove it and, you know, redo all that because, you know, we're trying new makeup. It's a little bit deep. I feel like this would be kind of like a go-to for like heavy glam when I really want to like turn out. The lip liner is quite dark. If you're very fair, it's probably going to be way too dark for you, but if you're kind of my skin tone or deeper, I think you'll really like it for the 90s kind of look. So that is everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link all these products down below. I love when I have a successful day. It's really hard when I do trying new makeup and something like maybe the foundation, something really goes wrong, or like the eyeshadows won't blend, and then I just kind of get in a funk, but I feel like everything's beautiful today. Standout products for me today would be the Baby Got Peach palette and the Illuminating setting powder from from Cover FX. I didn't think I liked that. And also the Carly Bible lip products. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these products. I'll see you in the next video.